First quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. On the floor for Detroit, Meeks and Singler at the 2 and 3. Jonas Jerebko out there with Anthony Tolliver. And it's Jennings in at the 1 spot.
The easiest way to do it sometimes is with the bounce pass.
And let's go quickly to the 2. See the ratings of the best passing 2 guards in basketball. Lance Stephenson third.
And what that group has a great understanding of is the importance of ball movement. They can really all create their own shot, but they're superb setup men as well.
You know, I enjoy seeing that mindset in a shooting guard where basically he's saying, I'm going to attack at all times, but if it's not there for me, I can drop a dime on you just as easily.
Brandon Jennings, you remember, decided to play a year in Italy right out of high school rather than to go to college. He was the first guy to do that once the NBA implemented that 1 year out of high school requirement for the draft.
Rebounding is going to be the focal point for them in this one, fellas. I can feel it.
Yeah, it's a physical game, and so far the numbers show that they've got the edge on the glass.
Here's Jefferson. Shot no good. And Detroit the other way now, coming off that loss against the Timberwolves.
You know, that was one of the worst efforts you'll see from them, guys. Even though they were playing against a better team, it shouldn't have been that bad.
And, Steve, even against a mediocre team, that performance wouldn't have been good enough. But you play that way against a good team, and you'll really get blasted.
Here's Diaz. Detroit with the rebound, getting their first look of the season at this Hornets team.
Yeah, a very familiar opponent. They've played these guys an awful lot over the years, and this is the first of their 4 get-togethers this season.
And Clark, hear about a special bond between players and coaches. Well, his old high school coach is here in the stands to watch him play today.
Well, Kevin, you know, it's always nice to see a familiar face when you're in the NBA. And no matter how many gassers your former coach had you run while you were a sophomore in high school, still good to see his face.
And he gets it to go. A lot of familiarity with these 2 teams. Steve just kind of touched on. Clark, do you think it really does impact the rest of their matchups later in the season?
Absolutely, Kevin. It sure does. I mean, because for the winners today, they now know what game plan brought them success. So they've got a blueprint for the next meeting. For the losers, it's back to the drawing board for adjustments.
You got to respect him out there. He can hit that shot.
Pistons trail by 3. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. They set the pick. Jennings dishes to Jerebko. That's good. Jerebko's got 5 now.
That's just a case of 2 teammates working perfectly together. One setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
Here's Diaz. Rebounded by Jerebko.
And poor shooting from him this quarter. His shooting percentage nowhere near where he'd like it to be.
Now here's Jennings. And so both teams trading buckets as...
Tune in this Saturday.
And the second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge so far. Almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Al Jefferson is checked in for Biyombo. Cody Zeller comes in for Vonleh. And Stevenson's checked in for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. And it's the prodigy in for Walker. And a different look here for the Pistons. Jerebko's checked in for Tolliver. Kyle Singler comes in for Butler. Dinwiddie is checked in for Caldwell Pope. And it's Jennings in for Augustine. Diaz, he's in at point guard. Zeller and Johnson are the bigs. And Stevenson is out there with Gary Neal. So that's the Hornets 5. Good! The Prodigy's got the lead up to 6 now for the Hornets. There's 1:26 left to play here in the second quarter.
Tough call there and a tough break for the defense.
But, you know, I think you could still see him kind of sliding in there. I don't have a problem with the call.
The Pistons have gone 5 of 7 from the free throw line in the game. He misses the free throw.
Look at the game for Brandon Jennings. 13 points, and he's hit the mark twice from three-point range as well.
Well, it's no secret. I mean, the more points he can come up with from out there, the better off they'll be offensively with their spacing.
Stevenson outside. Here's Diaz. Rebounded by Anthony. Anthony's got 7 rebounds in the game.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys, but as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
Jennings can't get it to go.
Well, it looks like he's cooled down a bit after hitting those 2 in the first quarter.
From beyond the arc. No good from Diaz. Pistons trail by 5. There's 42 seconds left in the first half of the game. And the call will go against the Prodigy. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus. We'll go to the line to shoot 2. For Detroit, they have gone 6 of 9 at the line. The Detroit Pistons, a proud franchise, of course, from 03 to 08, 6 consecutive trips to the Eastern Conference Finals. And Clark in 2004, the NBA title.
But the rebuild process has had its hiccups, Kevin, its speed bumps, if you will, some questionable free agent signings. There's talent there, but this team hasn't quite figured out how to come together.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And that's out of bounds. Detroit will retain possession.
Maybe a low percentage pass, but it still nearly got through.
I like it, though. I mean, it's an aggressive play. Heads up defending to deflect it away.
20 seconds left in the second quarter. Pass to Meeks. There's the triple. It's rebounded by Diaz. The Prodigy's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. 2 on the clock. Can't hit. And the first half ends in a close one. It's Charlotte leading by 3. 2K Sports back in a moment here at the Time Warner Cable Arena.
Hey guys, some keys to talk about from what I've seen so far. This is a tight ball game, but remember, this is our house.
I like how many points we were able to generate from the paint in the half. Our offense should have a nice balance to it going forward because their D has no choice but to...
Well, both sides have assessed some changes here for the Hornets. Biyombo comes in for Al Jefferson. And Vonleh subbed in for Zeller. A different look here for Detroit. And Detroit looking at who they've got. We've got DJ Augustine. Caron Butler is out there with Caldwell Pope. And there's Anthony Tolliver. And it's Dinwiddie in at the 2 spot. Plenty of daylight on that shot. Neal's got 5 points now in the quarter.
That's like a layup for him. He's just wide open out there.
Diaz is checked in for Charlotte. And let's check out a group of shooting guards that have been doing some dirty work inside lately, averaging the most rebounds per game at their position over the last 10 games. Lance Stevenson, 3rd.
You know, it's not...
We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the 3rd now. Now here is Augustine. He's covered by Diaz. And the pass to Dinwiddie. Pistons passing it around. Butler passes to Tolliver. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
Well, let's take a look at Gary Neal's numbers. Now, the last month of basketball was for him first in free throw shooting. And he's been locked in from behind the arc, guys. He's in the top 20 in the NBA in three-point field goal percentage.
Yeah, his focus from the line has been special, and that's one reason, Steve, he's at the top of the list in free throw shooting percentage, because his focus is on target, and he doesn't stray from that. His routine is excellent.
free throw good from Tolliver. Tolliver hits them both.
We're seeing today what makes him one of the best free throw shooters among the league's big men. Beautiful stroke.
Butler with the steal. Here's Caldwell.
Ridiculous. Tore it down that time. Even when they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular. And he pulled it off.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, now's when they need a little spark anyway.
And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Hornets.
Well, we've seen them make that extra effort rotating from the weak side, closing out on their airspace, and sending shots back.
Another part of their game that's made a difference tonight is all the second chance points they've been able to get.
Michael Kidd-Gilchrist is checked in for the Hornets. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Stevenson's got 5 now.
Well, here we go again. An open path to the hoop, an easy 2 points. Where is the defense?
Down low. Good on the shot, and with that, the Charlotte lead is cut back down again to single digits with those points from Augustine.
Crafty pass work there, getting it down low for the easy deuce.
From the sideline, let's catch up with Doris Burke.
Well, this offseason, the Pistons bringing in Stan Van Gundy in a dual role as head coach and president of basketball operations. Stan said in a lot of places there's not a connection between the front office and coaching. This setup creates a very unified organization. There are no excuses now. It's on us to get it done. We'll see if they can, gentlemen.
Well, thanks, Doris. Van Gundy builds his roster, then coaches it. We've seen that model succeed with the Spurs and the Clippers. And now looks like we've got an injury here, guys. We'll likely see him come out of the game.
Yeah, Clark, that did not look good. Let's keep our fingers crossed that it's nothing too serious.
Boy, you can't help but feel for him. I mean, one moment you're doing what you do best, and the next, the situation's really out of your hands. I really hope he's okay.
Kicks it to Anthony. And good. Coming in on the assist by DJ Augustine. We've got 22 seconds left to play in the third. Here's Diaz. The rebound by Caldwell Pope. Now here is Augustine. Not a lot of room. Ripped away. Here's Kidd-Gilchrist. Trains the jumper to finish the break. Kidd-Gilchrist has got 9. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Hornets lead by 11.
Sunday, February 22nd, Al Jefferson and the
And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
Well, tremendous point guard play, but that's nothing new coming from him. This is what you expect. The gorgeous feed there.
Pistons trail by 11. At the 3, MKG and Cody Zeller at the 4. Prodigy is out there with Kemba Walker. And it's Jefferson in at the 5, patrolling the paint. So that's the Hornets' 5. Meeks outside, and the shot is good. Meeks got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Pistons. Kidd-Gilchrist, the pass to Diaz. Knocks down the 3-ball.
He's definitely turned things around in this game. I mean, he was more of a background player in the first half. He's jumped center stage now.
Dishes it to Anthony. Jennings drives in. Here's Meeks. Pass to Urepko. He kicks to Meeks. He feeds it to Anthony. Pocket 6. Out of bounds. Pistons ball as Detroit keeps possession. And the
Nice shooting.
Pistons checked in. So it's Charlotte picking up the whip.